Well, a free yoga teaching training program in Langa aims to address mental illness and unemployment in the township. Non-profit organization Health Warriors, Yoga San Fronteras, which means Yoga Without Borders from Spain, and Sampoorna Yoga from India have come together in this joint initiative, offering a 200-hour Alliance of Yoga teacher certification program for young adults in Langa. Well, for more, let's chat to Chris Barkley. He's the Health Warriors Managing Director. He's at our Seapoint studios in Cape Town. Good afternoon, Chris, and thank you so much for your time on the SABC News Channel.
Afternoon, thank you.
Chris, this sounds like a really great initiative. Do you want to tell us how it all came together?
Yeah, sure. A year ago, I founded an organization called Health Warriors. After I had done 10 years of work in HIV prevention and youth development work, and I noticed that there was a real lack of mental health services for young people in communities, and I started an organization looking to create employment opportunities in well-being professions that promoted mental health and increase access to those types of services in communities that otherwise don't have access to them. And yoga is one of these great tools that has a lot of evidence of promoting mental well-being, and there are also job opportunities for young people as yoga instructors at gyms or studios or corporations.
Chris, in your work with learners and children in the townships, with many of the unemployed youth, what kind of mental health issues or anxieties would you say are prevalent in these less affluent communities?
Yeah, the most common are anxiety and depression, but also substance use is a huge challenge. A lot of young people are dealing with uncertainty with their future. If they're coming from a tough neighborhood, they may experience violence, poverty, and these can create traumas and chronic stress, which really, over the long period, impacts people's health in a lot of negative ways. So the most common are anxiety and depression, but there are other issues that young people are facing as well.
All right, so now when you're working in a community like Langa, tell us about the benefits of yoga or the impact of this ancient practice on the community. What are the benefits that they actually start to feel while the practice of yoga has begun?
Yeah, great. Well, yeah, like you said, yoga is an ancient practice and it has different components. Most people, maybe when they think of yoga today, they think of the physical aspect of it. And that's the yoga that we're doing right now has a big physical component, but it also has a lot of breathing exercises and meditation. And most of the young people that we work with, the main benefits they talk about are the calming of the body. It helps them deal with stress. The physical aspects may help them feel more connected to their body. A lot of the techniques they can continue to use after the class, and they may use that at home when they're feeling stressed or in a tough situation. And one of the beautiful things that we have as a yoga community are the relationships. So not just the practice of yoga, but the fact that we have a really positive, connected community that can help young people deal with tough situations too.
Chris, how does your teacher certification program work? I know you've rolled out in Langa. How are the youth actually selected, and what kind of selection criteria do you look at?
Great question. The certification is through an international alliance. Health Warriors' main role is actually finding really talented young people that have a lack of resources or opportunities. And through a number of partnerships, we've invited instructors and organizations to lead the training, instructors and organizations that are certified to give this course. So the application process here, because of my work in nonprofits in Cape Town, I reached out to a number of organizations that are doing youth work using a number of different methods, whether it's sexual reproductive health education or dance education. And we had an application process basically to understand someone's motivation and interest in doing yoga, and also understand if they've been exposed to it in the past, and making sure that there was a real need for yoga for them.
For most people in Langa, this would have been their first exposure to yoga. How was the program received there, Chris?
Yeah, well, we're really lucky because there's some amazing organizations in Cape Town that we partnered with. So we're working with Bridges for Music School in Langa, which is a sound engineering music production school. And we also partnered with a dance organization called Ndoni. And what was amazing was both of them had tried to introduce yoga into their programs. Again, as a tool for young people as they develop as leaders, as dancers, as sound engineers or producers. Both of those organizations felt that yoga or meditation or mindfulness was really central to the development of the young leaders they were working with. So we were lucky that most of the young people in the teacher training had been exposed. And for those that hadn't, maybe they worked with a different organization or just heard about it through a friend, we try to ease them into it. But it can be quite a physical and mental challenge because it's an intensive 200-hour training, really long days. So yeah, some people had a surprise, but luckily we had a lot of young people that had been exposed through the great work of other organizations.
Chris, the yoga teachers or the student teachers who finish your program, do they go on to find employment opportunities out there?
Well, this is our test run right now. And as health warriors, that's our role in all this, is to try to figure out what kinds of support young people in need to thrive as yoga instructors, or if they want to add other types of well-being certifications, how we can support them through that. As you know, there are a lot of barriers, not just certification, but if you're a young person living in Kailicha or Langa or Gugulethu or Philippi, you may be really far away from where there is commercial yoga. So we're trying to figure out through mentorship, through internships, through ongoing education, how we can best support young people to thrive if they're interested in making an income or a living off of yoga.
Chris Barkley, Health Warriors Managing Director, joining us from our Seapoint studios in the Mother City. Thank you so much for your time on the SABC News Channel.